in the Golden State, Los Angeles County has reinstated their mask mandates, now requiring face masks indoors, even for people who are vaccinated. However, the county sheriff says his deputies will not actively enforce these new mandates while on patrol. Sheriff Alex Villanueva from the LA County Police Department joins us now live to discuss. Sheriff, thank you for coming on today. If you don't mind, just tell us why your department will not be enforcing these mandates.
Well, this is a simple matter of practicality. One is we want to encourage people to voluntarily get their vaccination. But once we put the hand of law enforcement involved in the process, it's not going to improve. It's not going to convince the unvaccinated to get vaccinated. And that, I think, seeing the flood of people in the ERs right now who are not vaccinated, that should be stimulus enough to realize maybe there's a benefit to it. But if I eliminate the benefit by forcing everyone to have a mask on, well, then I'm really not incentivizing those who are not vaccinated. So this is, again, another misstep by the county, just like they did at the start of the pandemic when they used a sledgehammer and destroyed tens of thousands of businesses. They repeated again when they shut down outdoor dining when the science didn't support it. And again, the CDC is not recommending people that are vaccinated that wear a mask indoors. So why is the county going against the grain of the CDC?
Right. I've read also, to your point, you believe it's anti-science here. Again, if the vaccines are supposed to work, you can go about your life without wearing that face mask. I want to play for you a soundbite from the County Board of Supervisors Chair Hilda Solis responding to your announcement and essentially saying she doesn't need you to enforce the order. Listen to this.
Our public health department is typically the individuals that go out and do inspections. So I don't see where the sheriff really has to come in and weigh in the matter.
I want to get your response to that. And then also, are county health officials, are they going around and inspecting and asking people to show proof of vaccines?
They're not. This is all a show, and it's just a show. That's all it is. It's voluntary compliance has been from the very beginning. It's physically impossible to enforce this. And the county knows this. So what they're doing, they were just playing games with the public. And Supervisor Solis is a prime example of that.
Okay. I do want to wonder, of course, I openly wonder how that could affect perhaps those businesses that had been forced to shut down during COVID, and then also those intense mask mandates, how that might impact these small businesses, right, as well. Have you heard from shop owners in the area who are hesitant about this new mandate and how it could affect their customers?
Well, they're putting the signs up, and most people are voluntarily complying, which is good. That's exactly what we want. But having the heavy arm of government to enforce it is not wise. And you're actually discouraging people to get vaccinated because there's no difference now between the two groups. We want to get that 40% to get vaccinated. Yeah. And if I remove the incentive, well, then what's the point? What's the point for doing it in the first place?
Right. And again, it would go against the CDC guidance here. I want to switch gears and talk to you about another unfortunate topic here. That's the rise of crime in cities like Los Angeles as they continue to cut funding to police departments. Is this a coincidence? Well, as a result, we are seeing situations like this video, surveillance video. It's organized shoplifting occurring at a TJ Maxx store in Northridge, California here. You see these guys with arms full of merchandise just walking out of the store. No one's doing anything here. No one's stopping them. Sheriff, how is this allowed?
They're not even bothering to run. That should be a sign there. Proposition 47. The author of Proposition 47 is the LA DA George Gascon. And now he has to reap what he has sown because now we have wholesale theft across all districts. As long as they stay under $950, they don't face a felony charge. So all these people, I guarantee they're counting, let me keep it under $950, I'm going to walk out with impunity. And a lot of local law enforcement are not, they can't do anything because there's no point to arrest a person, and then you have the district attorney not file charges. We've had over 5,900 cases in the first 6 months of his reign of terror, so to speak, that they're not filing criminal charges, and these are serious crimes. And now the criminal community is realizing, wow, there's no consequences. So they have free reign to do whatever they want, and that's exactly what you're seeing.
Wow. I know we've shown video, I believe, of Walgreens or CVS as where a similar situation happened in San Francisco. Again, you see people just filling up their bags and walking out of the store without a second thought here. Do you see this being a new trend, quite frankly, based under this guidance? And could there be some repeat offenders as well?
Oh, by all means, as repeat offenders. Not only that, you're seeing mom and pop businesses just being destroyed. They cannot underwrite that massive loss. You have, I think, 18 CVS pharmacies in the Bay Area that closed for good. They're not coming back. You have big box retailers closing their hours of operation to daylight hours only. The criminal community is so emboldened now by this lack of consequences for engaging in theft. And then you have the county board of supervisors and their alternatives to incarceration. They're actually advocating for decriminalizing theft, prostitution, drunk driving, being drunk in public, all these different issues, driving without license, driving with a suspended license. So there's a movement to really, really eliminate consequences for engaging in crime and fraying the fabric of a civil society.
Wow. Just a crazy situation happening out in California there. Sheriff Alex Villanueva joining us on the program, weighing in. Sheriff, we appreciate it so much. Thank you.
You got it.
Thanks. You just watched Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news channel, now in more than 70 million homes. You can get Newsmax TV on your cable system or check your cable guide. And if your system doesn't carry Newsmax, call them, tell them you want Newsmax TV, because we're real news for real people.